How many times do you get the chance to get a look at an ecosystem really early? Well, we're here. We're back in Lisbon, but this time we're at an old warehouse. It looks kind of scruffy on the outside, but let's not judge this ecosystem by the outside. Let's go take a look inside at the world of Near. Presenting Near. We've looked under the hood of a lot of layer 1 projects over the years, and we've often found bugs, stops and starts, and change just not ready for mass rollout. But coming off the production line, Near. And what do we find? The base layer is built, the tools are laid out, all the signs are there for all to see. Arguably, the first layer 1 that's really working. It doesn't need network upgrades, sharding is live, and best of all, JavaScript developers can code directly into the protocol. This opens up a whole new frontier of developers. Not only can you code in Solidity, Rust, and Substrate, but now JavaScript. Just look, Brendan Eich, JavaScript creator and Brave founder, here with Illia, the founder of Near, touting this massive boost.
How do you see kind of this opportunity in Web3 for JavaScript developers, for JavaScript itself, compared to Rust, compared to kind of other things?
So I made up this catchphrase, always bet on JavaScript. And then seeing the JavaScript SDK, the on-chain JavaScript, is like a dream. I didn't imagine it would go this far.
Who else? What else was here? A lot of surprises. Over 3,000 attendees, 700 hackathon participants, the passion, the hunger, the sheer growth. Here's Marieke Flament, Near Foundation CEO.
What is Near? It's actually quite simple. Near is the simplest and most usable layer 1 where mass adoption will happen. You heard from the previous panel that actually it's a lot about usability and simplicity. And now here we are with over 3,000 people coming and attending, 220 speakers. And the diversity and inclusion that we see through the floor is absolutely humbling. 176 countries represented, 38% of women. I think that's actually absolutely phenomenal and a true representation of the Near community.
Illia also touted the ecosystem explosion. We've seen all the charts and we saw here who's contributing.
This is actually way bigger, and this is obviously not even everything that, like, it doesn't fit on the screen anymore, right? Obviously, you know, we're builders, so we have a hackathon happening. We have 700 hackers kind of coming in. There's obviously, you know, super exciting projects that are going to be coming out.
The Google Cloud team was here asking, how do we get 1 billion Web3 users?
And so to get there, we can't forget where we've been. What got us to where we are now may not get us to where we're going in the future, but there are a lot of lessons that can be learned from the technology that has been built and the technology that you are all going to be building. And Google Cloud has a large existing developer base, and we feel that we may have a role to play in helping onboard this large next set of users.
CoinDesk provided excellent real-time in-depth analysis with the likes of BitGo and Opera browser.
What is Web 2.5?
I would say 2.5 is using Web 2.0 infrastructure to access Web 3 assets.
Centralized exchanges, front ends for dApps, front ends for NFT marketplaces. You see fiat on-ramp, right? And when you end up opening up a wallet and you want to be able to use your fiat to be able to buy crypto and then subsequently off-ramp off of that crypto to fiat, all of that is Web 2.5.
Big Near projects like Pagoda, Aurora, Octopus, Calimero all featured their progress.
It is all about the projects, right? I mean, why are we all here if not for this golden chalice called mass adoption?
Former NBA player Baron Davis was here with Animoko's Yatsu, talking about gaming and metaverse.
So, you know, what people describe as Web3 as the web of ownership, that's what the open metaverse is all about.
From an advertiser's perspective, and you think about a culture perspective, you're going, it's a marriage, right? Direct to consumer, right? Direct to brand.
The world of sports well represented, along with the Sail GP teaming up with Near Protocol to build a big Web3 fan experience.
It's close to shore racing in front of sellout crowds. And now, Sail GP has partnered with Near to revolutionise the future of our sport. In the race for the future. Because our race is your race.
And get this, a Tinder founding member and an ex-Facebooker are building a Web3 social media platform, who looked at Solana but instead chose Near.
The
creator economy as it has to do with social platforms.
So my name's Chris. I'm one of the original Near co-founders. I was responsible for all the UI, UX, the branding.
After exploring in Near a little bit, Chris and I were just like, okay, let's do this. This is actually possible. Like, it feels like for the first time in history, what we want to do can actually be done. So Near really made that happen.
Also getting it done on Near Protocol's regional hubs, from the Balkans, Kenya, Korea, Vietnam, and more.
As for us at Near, it's all about scaling globally. And for us to scale globally, we've got to start building locally. And the regional hubs is very integral to our mission.
So to scale up ourselves, let's go in depth with all things Near and sit down with its founder, Illia, a Ukrainian former Google Silicon Valley-based master developer.
Earlier on today, we heard from Marieke. She was the CEO of the foundation, and she spoke about the past, how we got here, how Near got to over 1 million accounts. That was the past. Now let's talk about the future of Near. And for that, I've got Illia with us again. Illia, welcome back, my friend.
Thank you, thank you.
We spoke in Korea, and over 100,000 people saw your interview. I must say that every single person that I spoke to today said the same thing about Near. They said, the smartest developers in the world, with the best technology in the world, but they need a marketing department. That's what they said.
I thought that's what the whole point of blockchain is. The whole community is a marketing department.
Exactly,
so
exactly.
I'm encouraging everyone to help us and spread the word.
So let's talk about a little bit about the past. If you came here a year ago, I don't remember the stats, but there were a lot less users. There were a lot less developers.
Some like few hundred developers, yeah.
And today you look at this and you got 12 million plus.
Almost 20 million accounts.
20 million accounts.
Yeah, almost like 2,000 developers monthly active.
So that happened in the peak of the bull market, right?
Obviously, when markets are up, a lot more kind of inflow, but I think we still see a lot of people joining, being excited about this.
What do you think has been the biggest thing that has brought the money and the developers into Near?
If you talk with any developer here, right, the reason why they are building on Near, technology is good, but what they want to do is to access users, right? They want something that's easy to build, easy to use. We're trying to give developers something where you come in, you build an app, you launch it, and people use it.
Called it the easiest blockchain.
Easiest blockchain, yes.
What makes it the easiest blockchain?
I would say design choices that we made, and also the ecosystem and everything around it. So if you think of design choices, it's ability to write with any programming language that you want, really. Obviously, JavaScript, Rust, Solidity are the most supported, but truly you can build in anything. We have REST APIs that Pagoda is launching today. So like a lot of just easy to use things that are very well mapped to the concept that normal developers and users know. It's way easy to onboard, it's way easy to, like when you actually showcase to developers, they're like, holy shit, this is so much easier and better that we need to do this, right?
If I look at this, and I look at everything that's been said here today, I get the feeling that the last period has been around building infrastructure around the base layer protocol. Things like Pagoda, things like Aurora, development tools, EVM compatibility, etc. Are we done with that now? Are we ready to explode?
But the reality is, yeah, I think we're ready for apps that are bringing millions of users because they're actually like accessible. They have to, they don't ask you to pay transaction fees and not ask you to like figure out how to manage your keys and lose all your shit. It's really like now, hey, do you want to get paid for doing this?
So obviously you don't know about every app that's being built on Near because that's the nature of blockchain. But there must be some applications that you're looking at and you're going, hold on a second, if that works, that can be the one killer application that brings everyone to Near.
For sure, yeah.
What are the ones that you're watching from the side?
I think the really interesting ones are something like Orderly. So Orderly is literally better than any centralized exchange on the DeFi side, on the financial side.
So Orderly is one of them?
Orderly is one. There's really cool NearPay project, which is ability to pay with directly from your Near account. Your Near account becomes a bank account. So it's a bank account, I'm managing my money.
So Orderly, NearPay?
Niche. Niche is pretty much a sub-communities like that can be token gated, they can be DAO gated, all those things like that kind of I was mentioning around, hey, you come in, you get an NFT, you then join a community, they're actually presenting here as well.
What about Sweatcoin? Everyone here is talking about Sweatcoin and...
Exactly, but Sweatcoin is already there. Sweatcoin has 120 million installs, they already brought 12 million users on chain. This is not something to be excited, this is happening. They're launching TG tomorrow, that's exciting, but like overall...
Tomorrow the TG?
I think so, yeah.
Wow, okay, so I see the brain power that Ethereum had back in the day, but I also see a lot of retail hype ready to explode. It's almost like just before you're about to go mainstream. That's the feeling that I get here. And I have a feeling that next year when we come here, it's going to be too big for the venue.
We will need a way bigger venue.
I guess when you see this, you must be really proud.
I am very proud, yes. I'm very excited too. I'm excited for this to see this continue growing as well, like in decentralized, crawling everywhere way.
Amazing. Thank you, my friend. Nice to see you again. Nice to see you again.
From Near, we go all the way down the rabbit hole. Bridging ETH and all the EVM chains into Near is Aurora and its founder, Oleg Shevchenko.
One of the most important parts of the Near ecosystem is Aurora. It's the EVM compatible chain. It's not really a chain, but let's call it an EVM compatible chain, which can migrate projects from Ethereum or EVM compatible chains onto Near, right?
Absolutely.
Did I get the technical part? Because it's not actually a chain.
It's just a smart contract on Near blockchain, but it acts and feels like a chain.
Okay, now why is it such an important part of the Near ecosystem?
Aurora actually brings together two big pillars of the Web3. Near with its scalability, cheap transactions, and really fast execution of the transactions, and all of the ecosystem in Ethereum blockchain with all of the tools that are there. So literally we're taking these two pieces and merging together. You are getting the ecosystem where you can use all of these tools from Ethereum, like MetaMask, for example, and you have the scalability of the Near protocol with its cheap transactions.
When you decided to build on Near, when I say build on Near, Aurora is an integral part of Near. Why did you choose Near? Why didn't you go to Solana, Matic, Polygon?
From our point, Near is the final destination. Once your application is working on Near blockchain, there is no need to migrate in order to scale. Near is infinitely scalable because of the sharding technology.
Because Near has sharding, you believe that the speed and the scalability of Near is currently unparalleled.
Absolutely.
What happens when Ethereum finally gets to sharding?
So I think that Ethereum ecosystem still going to scale through this. But why do I need to wait multiple years until this? We already have all of this in Near. It already works. It's already in production for multiple years. For me, it is all about time to market.
When Solana launched, one thing that you noticed about Solana is that they never attracted Ethereum developers to come and build on Solana. But it's almost like there was a new batch of developers that coded in Rust, that were more drawn to Solana. Do you think that Near is going to attract Ethereum developers?
I think we're already doing this. On Aurora, we have almost 200 applications that are launched, so we're not a small ecosystem. And moreover, Near is built in a way that it is modular. Developers from the Rust developers that develop on Near natively can launch their applications. Solidity developers can launch their applications on Near through Aurora. Polkadot developers can launch their applications on Near through Octopus network. And even JavaScript developers can write smart contracts and launch them on Near.
When you look around you, Nearcon 2, I don't know, I've been to a lot of conferences. I think it's super impressive.
This is the conference that I have an exceptional feeling about the people who are here. They are not here to shill, they are not here to market their project as hell. They are here to show their advances, their new tech, and find new partners and do the networking.
Well, the best engineers in the world are coming out of Ukraine at the moment. Listen, it's been amazing chatting to you. I know we spoke briefly in Korea, but it's been good to get to know you and for our viewers to get to know you. So thank you for coming on to Banter, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Rob Neuner from Cryptoman.
Now let's take an outside look in. We go to an entire panel that I got to moderate, with the likes of Pantera, Electric Capital, and Hypersphere. I had a couple of big questions and a couple of insights to pose.
I think before we talk about the hype cycle and breaking the hype cycle, I want to talk about Near Protocol. And I want to talk about what your expectations were before you got here and whether they've changed. I think my perception of Near Protocol before I got here was there was a bunch of really smart guys building a lot of really smart products and shipping them all very successfully. But they lacked a marketing department. They lacked the hype cycle. And I think now that I'm here and I see everything, and I see this amazing conference, and I see the hype that's being created, I think they now have the missing piece of the puzzle.
outside experts, let's go to the builders and see where the alpha sits within the Near ecosystem. First up, USN, a Near iteration of a stablecoin, backed 70% by USDT and 30% by Near token.
One of the key components to any layer 1 is a stablecoin. And I know when I say the word stablecoin, you all get shivers because you're thinking algorithmically backed Luna type stablecoins. But that's not what all stablecoins are like. In fact, most stablecoins are actually over collateralized. And the USN stablecoin, which is the key stablecoin on the Near ecosystem, is actually over collateralized. It's collateralized by USDT and Near. Am I right?
Correct. We launched back in April and the design was to have something similar to Luna. The market conditions obviously put paid to that.
Tell us why you abandoned that.
I wonder. No, death spirals, that's the word that comes to mind, but we were very fortunate. We've got a very reflexive team that's able to act quickly and make sure that the security of the users comes first. We want to make sure that people will always be able to redeem one USN for a token of equal value.
For the viewers, the reason why we need USN is so that you can trade native pairs on the Near protocol, right?
So there's about 120 million in circulation at the moment, which isn't bad considering we're in an environment where everyone has stablecoin PTSD. So we're pretty proud of that growth so far. But we've got a whole lot of order book protocols, AMMs coming live on the Near ecosystem, so we're going to see that growth hockey stick.
If I want to mint a 1 USN, how do I mint a USN today?
So at the moment, you can go to decentral-bank.finance website, provide the USDT that's in your wallet. And
only USDT?
Only USDT. We are only interested in building up our treasury of stablecoins.
So you're a derivative on USDT. So USDT collapses, I don't think it will, but if it does, USN goes with it.
The whole crypto ecosystem is going, right? Okay, let's not just say USN's going down, but yeah, at the moment. But the long-term goal is to diversify that treasury. So it won't be just USDT, will be other stablecoins as well.
But why not just have USDT launch on Near? I mean, it just seems like such a simple problem to solve. USDT is launched on Tron, on Solana, on Ethereum, on Matic. Why not just have them launch on Near, and then we've got USDT on Near?
There was an announcement yesterday, Ran, that USDT is now native on Near.
Okay.
But they're playing a different game from us. USDC and USDT is playing a different game from decentral bank. The clue is in the name. We want to be a completely decentralized bank service operating through a DAO and make sure that people are included in this financial ecosystem when they might otherwise be excluded by highly regulated businesses.
Okay, I got it. Mark, thank you for your time, my friend.
Yeah, perfect.
From stablecoins, we turn to DEXs. Near is set to become the leading order book chain. Orderly is an on-chain order book that improves trading speed, has great execution and great liquidity in the ecosystem while boasting minimal fees.
Arjun, welcome, man.
Thanks for having me.
Listen, I'm so excited about what you guys are building. It's an important part of what we need if people are going to start moving over to Near, right?
We're trying to build the infrastructure for projects to be able to build on top of Orderly, and therefore bring users, traders, other projects over to the Near ecosystem.
When we spoke to Illia here earlier, he mentioned that of the ecosystem, you guys are amongst the most important projects in the ecosystem. What is Orderly? How does it work?
So Orderly, you can maybe look at it as modular order book DEX infrastructure built on top of Near. So we're creating an order book for other projects to build DeFi protocols on top of our order book and our matching engine.
When you say that, I kind of hear serum on Solana. Is this the serum of Near? I hope I haven't offended you.
Yeah, you haven't. In some ways, you could look at it in terms of Serum is a central limit order book infrastructure built on top of Solana. Orderly is central limit order book infrastructure built on top of Near. One of the more interesting things why maybe that isn't a direct comparison is the way our infrastructure and our architecture at Orderly is built. It's completely modular, whether it's a spot order book, perps order book, which doesn't exist on Serum, where it's liquidation engine. We also have a community pool. Community pool is going to be something that's going to be really interesting, especially with the real yield narrative that comes, or that's forming at the moment as well. So yes, there are a lot of comparables between Serum at the very junior perspective of what Orderly is, but we are really trying to become like the plumbing of the Near DeFi ecosystem.
So I trying to make it clear, because I know a lot of our viewers are listening to this and they're going, oh, is there going to be an Orderly DEX? It's not exactly that, because it's actually the base layer where multiple other DEXs are going to be building.
Exactly that. It's completely base layer. It's, let's call it DeFi plumbing of the entire Near ecosystem. Right now, we have one DEX built on top of Orderly.
Who's that?
It's WooDex.
WooDex, okay. How many others are you do you know of that are starting to build on top of it?
I would say over the last 6 months, I've had maybe more than 150 conversations with projects across multiple blockchains or brand new projects that want to ideate and create on top of Near. In terms of integration, you'll probably end up seeing by end of year, let's say close of Q4, between 5 to 10 projects built on top of Orderly.
All right, and you mentioned perps, and perps are a hot narrative right now. Everyone's been watching GMX, and it's like the
GNS on Polygon as well.
And GNS, and are we looking at a Near-based perps platform before the end of the year?
We envisage testnet for perps not to be very, very far away. Mainnet without a doubt before end of year.
When are we looking at an orderly token?
Our job right now is to build a product, a sophisticated product. It's going to take a lot of time, right? That takes time. The token is going to be essential to that product, but the product is the first priority.
Listen, what we'll do is we'll keep our eyes open, we'll keep us informed of what you guys are doing, and you guys keep us informed, because
without a doubt,
I think this is just the beginning of our journey together.
From DEXs, we go to the all-important payment rails. NearPay is the first banking app in the Near ecosystem, which bridges the fiat world and the crypto world. While it is custodial, it's rolling out direct debit and credit cards.
NearPay, tell me about NearPay. What exactly is NearPay?
Okay, NearPay focuses on connecting the two worlds, the fiat world and the crypto world. So we have two products right now that are both live. The first one is the on-ramp widget. The widget is used for buying crypto using a credit card, usual credit card, which can be installed into different products and projects in the Near ecosystem. So it's right now it's installed into Near wallets, My Near wallets, and a couple of more projects in the Near ecosystem.
That is a widget that I can put into any application, and a user can swipe their credit card online, obviously, and buy Near tokens.
Yeah, Near tokens, USN token, Aurora token, and other more.
All right, that's cool. What else do you guys do?
It's the NearPay card. If you're a European Union resident, or if you're a UK resident, you can order a Visa prepaid card with Near on it. So you can just buy Near and some other tokens. We want to add USN too.
How many people are using the cards?
It's about hundreds of them right now using the cards, just because we launched only virtual cards, and virtual cards are very limited. We have 20,000 people waiting for our plastic card right now, and we are waiting for it to launch in days or weeks.
If I want to order a card, where should I go?
To the App Store or to Google Play Store, and you should type NearPay and install our app. Pass the KYC process. After showing the proof of address and the proof of identity, you will have an option to order a card. And the second way is to print NearPay in Google or somewhere else. Go to our website, and through the website you can order a card also.
Why did you guys choose to build on Near?
First of all, we know Illia, and we believe in what he does. We see the opportunities that Near gives in comparison with other blockchains. Working sharding. So right now there are 4 working shards of Near, and it can be more of that. So we know that the speed will be the same in time. The second thing is that the transactions are cheap and fast. And also we like the option to build our own tokens on Near.
Do you think technologically that there's any other blockchain that can achieve what Near can achieve?
Near blockchain combines all of the factors. It has the people in there, it has people using Near, it has builders building on Near and projects building on Near. And the third thing is the technology, so it has all the parts to succeed.
A strategy that is actually backed up by people and technology, right?
I meet so many people building on Near, and I think there are some people that just talk something and they don't do it. Near will bring the 1 billion people to crypto, but here in the Near ecosystem, there are also people really building, really believing in what they're saying, and this is why we are building on Near.
Here at the floor at the Near conference, we also bumped into Banyan Collective, and they're tasked with bringing Near into the United States. I know you say you'll be leading deal flow and expansion into the US, but through what kind of vehicle is it?
Yeah, so we're initially receiving a grant from the foundation, and then we'll be receiving private investments later down the road in about 3 to 4 months.
With what kind of mandate? What do you need looking to do in the United States?
Yeah, so to grow developer interest as well as consumer interest in Near.
So it's basically a business development arm funded by the Near Foundation?
Initially funded by the Near Foundation through a grant, and then we will have private investors afterwards as well.
When you look around you and you look at that, you've had experience. You saw the Terra Luna ecosystem, you saw the caliber of builders building on the ecosystem, which at the time was a really high caliber of builders. And then you look around here. Walk me through the difference between Luna and Near.
Terra was very focused, obviously, on the stablecoin adoption front, and Near seems to be more ubiquitous, very focused on usability, as well as security and scalability. And that's what I think Near does best, those three categories.
What do they do worst?
I think marketing might be one thing that could be improved. I think the US market is not yet privy to the growth and expansion.
Every single person that I've had here all said the same thing. They all said they're very good at development. But when it comes to marketing, well, that's good though, because marketing you can fix.
And that's also something that Banyan's going to be working on moving forward.
Listen, my friend, thank you so much for coming
Brother,
on Crypto
appreciate
Banter.
it. Thanks so much.
Good to see you.
Appreciate it.
Now let's get some rapid fire coverage of the community and all the builders building here on Near. Here's Kelly, our Crypto Banter correspondent here in Lisbon.
I'm Kelly from Artwave. We are here on the Near floor talking to builders and enthusiasts about this growing ecosystem. Let's go check it out. What do you think about the conference?
I think it's great. There has been torrential rain, but you know, the spirits are high.
It's awesome. I've met a lot of cool people. I've met a lot of people that I've been talking to for months and months.
Knew by the Twitter spaces that it was going to be big, but not like this big.
It's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the privilege and the honor to be here last year. So I saw how much more bigger this place is.
Tons of things going on, good food. Yeah, and people are very open to all the new ideas, so it's been a great time.
A lot of interesting folks, a lot of builders, a lot of excitement, so definitely the best one so far.
I'm really loving the conference. I mean, it's amazing to see so many people come together and just to see the amazing amount of talent, even just in the hackathon right over there.
This is really exciting over here. We've got the hackathon, we've got Sweat, we've got Mintbase, we've got Duel. Hundreds of developers working in real time. What are you building?
Hoping to try and extend the NFT standard to allow for token burning receipts as well.
I'm building an international vaccine passport.
What do you think about the market?
Look, the market hasn't been great, but I love this time to build, right?
I think the market is largely dictated by the Fed, right? So if the Fed decides to continue raising rates, it's not going to be pretty for venture.
As long as you can weather the crypto storms, the crypto winters, you'll always see a crypto spring.
Now let's talk all things gaming. Hi.
Hello.
What's going on in the gaming lounge?
Well, we're showcasing our upcoming game, Crystal Moons. It's an action RPG game that we're building on here.
Very good, thank you. Hey, what are you guys doing?
Hey, we're playing Metamon. It's a battle royale game on Near. Basically, Pokemon/Fortnite.
What are you up to?
Thriving, you know, a little beta testing, hanging out, enjoying some major alpha.
And how do you like it?
Love it. And yeah, just make me even more bullish on Near.
There you go, thank you. And as you can see, development is really happening here on Near in real time and gamify. Crypto Banter's been hanging by the water cooler all day talking to people. Let's go talk to Cryptoman Ran about all things Near. Hi. Hello, how are you? So tell me, what were your initial impressions of Near before the conference?
It's a great question. What did I think before I got here? I know that Near's got amazing technology. I know the people that have built it are very, very smart. I expected to be at a small conference with a lot of smart people building amazing things. I think that's what I came in here expecting.
Okay, and then did it change after you showed up?
A lot. So look around you. It's much bigger than anything that I thought. When I arrived here, what I realized is you've got amazing technology. You've got the beginning of an inflection point where I think we're about to go up. Reminds me very much of Ethereum in the old days or Solana in the old days. Because what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a base layer protocol, which works. The technology simply works.
Exactly.
It's got charting, it's fast, it works. I guess they've been hard at work building the base layer around it, all the integrations. So Aurora, which is integrating into EVM, and you got Octopus, which is integrating into substrates, and you've got all the developer tooling, which has been built. And it feels like that's what they've been doing. And now it's the next generation of dApps which are going to bring adoption. But this time, it feels like they're bringing adoption to a layer one that actually works.
Nice. Are there any specific projects that stick out to you the most?
So the base layer is obviously important. So Near and then Aurora, which is the EVM compatible part of it. The rest, I think, are very early stage project. So today we had the launch of Sweatcoin, which was, I mean, everyone's talking about Sweatcoin or the Sweat ecosystem. Huge things. We made a project here called Orderly, which is the order book base layer for Near. Super excited about that one. And I mean, a lot of just smart people building smart things here, and that's, I really get impressed at conferences. And I'm really impressed here. I really am.
If you're enjoying this coverage, smash the like, subscribe to this channel. New videos every single day right here on Crypto Banter. I then wanted to take a look at the ever-growing NFT vertical and the creator economy that Near is focused on empowering with its new $100 million creator fund. It's expanding into projects like SailGP, creating a fan economy for sailing races worldwide.
Competing on a level playing field where both data is shared and talent actually matters.
You had entertainment like Baron Davis's efforts, whose history of the game creates content plus sells NFTs and merch.
With Slick, we wanted to go after content, storytelling, and creating legacy.
There were featured metaverse integrations and tons of code, like 88 Labs. First, Few and Far, an NFT marketplace on Near that could lead the way in the ecosystem. Smart money and a smart team behind it, whose token will collect fees and share revenue from the marketplace.
Taj, welcome to the show, bro.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm a huge fan. I watch it every morning. It's a nice coincidence to be on here, dude.
You watch the show, we invested in your product. Full disclosure, team, we invested in this team. Tell the audience what you guys are actually doing.
Cool. So we're building on Near Native, and when we looked at the market landscape, we really saw that there was a gap for a premier NFT marketplace. And so my background, I've been building in the space since 2017 on a number of chains, recently Solana. We wanted to take advantage of the fact that Near obviously has incredible TPS, low fees, but Near's got these amazing, easy to use web wallets. You don't got to download MetaMask. My mom could use it, right? And so we're building a premier NFT marketplace on Near. We think of ourselves as like the Magic Eden of Near.
Who are you competing with? I know you want to be the premier marketplace. If I'm correct, you just launched in beta, right?
Yep.
Who are you competing with? When you look at the Near ecosystem, who are the competitors?
There's a few competitors out there. I'm not going to really name any names. There's good products, but there's a lot to be desired from a UX perspective. And so we don't really see ourselves competing with anyone. We're bringing a best-in-class marketplace to Near. But down the line, as we work on our roadmap, what's amazing is we've got Aurora as a layer 2. So once we're EVM compatible, then we're really going to start competing with some of the larger players like the OpenSea.
Why Near? Why don't you just build this on Solana, build this on Ethereum, build this on Polygon? Why come to Near?
So it's a funny story. So I had firsthand, I was building on Solana, we were doing an NFT collection, and the day that we dropped our NFTs, the RPC went down and the network completely shut off. That experience was tough. We're close with a lot of folks at the Near Foundation, heard about what they were doing, we looked at the underlying tech. It's incredible.
Tell me about the tech. What differentiates the tech as a builder?
What's so amazing is their web wallets and their architecture. So when you create a wallet on Near, you don't need to use a 48-character hash for your public address. You can make it ran.near. It's all web wallet based, so it's very easy to essentially onboard users. And so for us to bring in the 1 billion kind of users into Web3, we think Near is the right place to do it.
So everyone here is aligned on the goal. The goal is to bring 1 billion people into crypto, and it feels like everyone's going for the same objective. Everyone's aligned on this vision, on this target, and they all seem to be aligned that if there's one blockchain that has the technology that's ready right now, it's actually Near. Am I right?
Near is now, baby.
Near is now, baby.
From NFTs, let's talk TGEs. Sweatcoin having its event during the conference, a Web2 app from 2016 that's powering the movement economy, bringing 30 million active monthly users to Web3.
One of the biggest coins on Near, one of the most exciting projects on Near is Sweatcoin, and we're here and it's actually launching right now as we speak, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're right in the middle of our TGE.
How's it going?
CTO is sitting in Zoom meeting with our technical team, kind of doing the magic and distributing tokens to more than 13 million wallets. This has never been done before.
13 million sounds like a big number in crypto, right?
Well, it sounds pretty good, it sounds very, very high anywhere, but on crypto, I think that the next project in terms of size, airdrop, wasn't even hitting 1 million.
So let's talk about Sweatcoin. What is it? How is it so big? How come people in crypto don't know about it? Walk me through it.
Wow, lots of questions there. So Sweatcoin is actually our original Web2 business that we've created in 2015 with the purpose of making the world more physically active.
All right, so you build this app. The app rewards people with a Sweatcoin, which is hyperinflationary. Yeah. Every step they take, they get a coin.
Yes.
Where can they spend those coins today?
Today they spend them in the app. So we have a marketplace, we have more than 600 different companies that we're working with that provide goods, services, experiences to our users. We also work with a lot of charities, so you can actually donate your movement to make other people's lives better, which is quite amazing and very appealing in Europe and in the UK, for example.
How many people are using the app today?
So we have 120 million registered users, probably 150 million installs, 35 million users are active.
Now you're launching a token.
Yes.
Why migrate from a coin to a token?
Yeah, great question. And I actually, in my keynote right now, I was talking about it. 3 big reasons. Reason 1 is our users wanted it at the beginning. They bugged us all the way through, and they continue bugging us now, and they're very, very happy that we finally become crypto. Second, our mission was to create currency backed by physical activity, and we're now finally, today, we're finally delivering that vision 7 years later.
What's the last reason?
And the last reason is because we met amazing bunch of people from Near that put this slide last year at Nearcon. Illia Polosukhin, the founder of Near, had this slide that said, mass adoption is near, let's bring 1 billion people into Web3. Our vision is 1 billion people more active. That was just like sort of, a moment where you kind of go, you know what, that makes sense.
Will you decentralize that at some point?
Absolutely. It's, it has to happen. This is probably the most exciting next step for us after launch. How do we decentralize? What is the right time? How do you organize governance? How do you pull in? Because everyone is talking about governance. In our case, it would be 13 million
at least
people. How do you run DAO like that? Yeah. Is exciting. It's very interesting.
Oleg, thank you so much, my friend.
Absolute
We're out of time.
pleasure.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Finally, let's go back to Kelly for a wrap-up of the rest of Near's builders, members, and supporters.
Now for one of the most exciting parts, the project's building on Near. Let's go talk to some. What are you guys building on Near?
We are building a system where anyone, anywhere in the world can plant trees and create value out of that.
Levana is a gamified leverage protocol.
The portfolio tracker for all your Near assets.
Oh look, here's Brave.
So we love what Near has been doing. We've integrated support with Aurora into our native wallet as well. So we're trying to keep up with Near. We're trying to also help drive the ecosystem, help web adoption for Web3, bring people into an era where they own their data, they own their money, they own their identity, and make that all accessible through a browser that actually respects your privacy.
So what are you guys building on Near?
So we have many smart contracts on Near. We've been in production for about a year now. So that means we're on mainnet, right? We have 6 chains building in prod with us. That means that there are 6 chains completely separate from Near protocol that get services from Near protocol through our smart contracts on Near. This is trustless NFT bridging. Basically, there are other NFT bridges. However, they all require a third party, a middleman, to make the process happen. We want to demonstrate that that's not necessary.
We're building private shards. It's basically a side chain of Near protocol. We offer a solution where you can can actually share any kind of asset. You can basically transfer all of the tokens. We're like the fastest solution there is on the Near blockchain.
So tell us a little bit about what you're building on Near.
So we are SeatLab NFT. What we're doing is we're building a ticket wallet that is aiming to resolve some of the problems that the event industry has today. So some of those issues might be dynamic pricing, ticket scalpers and touts. What they're doing is they're actually pulling control back from the seller, and what we're doing is putting that control back in the seller's hands.
So Apollo 42 is a social NFT marketplace on Near protocol. We're building like a social network that is built into NFT marketplace, so you could, communicate with all the creators and collectors, build your own social profile, chat with NFT holders of your own collection.
We've built a super powerful NFT minting API, and we built proof of memories for the activation at Nearcon. So everybody here can document their perspective and mint an NFT photo into their wallets. So we're gonna take a photo. All right, so here we go. We have a photo that's been minted into your wallet. It's a real NFT. Okay. We can go check it out on Twitter. And because they're all part of the same smart contracts, you'll see everybody's perspective from Nearcon.
So we first talked to Mint-based and ETH Dev Osaka in 2019, and we're here again, so hello. Tell me a little about what's going on. How do you like the conference?
Been a massive mission. Loving the conference from last year's Nearcon. It's basically 5x the size, and more people, more builders, more actual apps to mess around with.
How do you like building on Near, and what's all the benefits?
I mean, the biggest benefit to me is it's future forward. So I feel like we're in this third evolution of blockchain. You had your Bitcoins, then your smart contracts on Ethereum. Now we're in WASM sharding land. So why not build on the future where you know things are heading? Yeah, this is kind of the new cool kid party.
So that's a wrap from Nearcon here in Lisbon. We came in not knowing exactly what to expect, but upon inspection, we found a vibrant ecosystem ready to explode given its scalable tech. I'll see you again next time. Until then, trade well, my friends.